I was recently watching a Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier fight. I think as a recap, I was recently watching a lot of Justin Gaethje fights in general. So I've been watching his fight with Khabib. I've been watching his fights with Michael Johnson. I've been watching a lot of his fights, and the one fight that he reminds me of is Ramon Dekkers. Now, those that don't know, Ramon Dekkers was this. I think he was from Holland. He came from Holland during the time when Holland was just starting to was in its starting phase of becoming big in terms of like popularity in terms of kickboxing. And this is a guy that went all the way to Thailand. He started fighting all of the top Thai fighters and he beat most of them. He became a legend in his own right. And I'm not saying that Justin Gaethje has accomplished as much as Ramon Dekkers has in his career. It's nothing like that. In terms of comparing the two, what I think is, if you look at their fight styles, they're quite similar in the sense that when they fight, they're super hyper aggressive, and on top of that, they're known to be fighters that that never seem to have any care about their own well-being. They fight almost like they're fighting with somebody else's body that's not their own, and they go all in and they start throwing kicks and punches with no abandon. And one thing that they do have similar with each other is their kicks. Ramon Dekkers used to have lethal leg kicks, and he used to literally piece his opponent's legs up. And I feel like Justin Gaethje is a similar way. If you look at Justin Gaethje has very good leg kicks. And in terms of their absolute fearless approach, they're more than willing to take shots to land their own. They're unbelievably aggressive. I mean, just look at what Justin Gaethje did to Tony Ferguson. Absolutely brutal what he did to Tony Ferguson. And I feel like Ramon Dekkers had a similar aggressive mindset in terms of the way he used to finish his opponents. He used to put it on them, and he used to be absolutely relentless, and he wouldn't stop until he got the win. I feel like Justin Gaethje is a similar way. Both of them fight in a reckless way where it's almost like they don't care about the well-being of their own body. They don't care about if they have to take several leg kicks themselves. They don't care if they break their own shin to try to land a kick and it lands on their opponent's knee and it just shatters their shin. They have no care for any of that. I just feel like the way they carry themselves as well, like Ramon Dekkers and Justin Gaethje, they kind of come across as very humble outside of combat, but as soon as they get into a combat situation, they're absolutely fearless, and they've usually got more confidence than a lot of fighters that are probably more loud on the outside, but inside the actual octagon they're not as loud. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I think it's a very similar how their style is as well. They're very reckless, they're very aggressive, they do have a bit of skill as well. Both of them are very skilled, but in terms of their mind state, the way they're happy to just keep putting punches and kicks together, the way they actually do what they do, I think is very similar to each other. So I am actually looking forward to Justin Gaethje's next fight. And I just want to say, rest in peace, Ramon Dekkers. He was a legend at a time when a lot of foreigners were not respected in Thailand. He went over to Thailand and he beat most of their top fighters, and he gave them a lot. And it got to the point where I think Thailand awarded him with an award that was given for his services within Muay Thai. So yeah, both of them are legends in their own right. Justin Gaethje obviously is not accomplished as much as Ramon Dekkers has, but his career is still young and he's still got a long way to go. So yeah, I'm just saying in terms of their style, they're quite similar in the way they carry themselves outside of the octagon, outside of the ring, and they're also very similar in their style inside of the ring, their recklessness, the way that they're willing to take a shot to land several. They just don't care about their own well-being, but that's why us fans love them. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion. Who does Justin Gaethje remind you of? Obviously, I think he reminds me of Ramon Dekkers, the way he carries himself, the way he fights, his reckless abandon, the way he's willing to go to war every fight. Also his skill level, his leg kicks, his brutality. Joe Rogan famously said that he considers Justin Gaethje one of the most violent men in MMA. And MMA is one of the most violent sports. So if you're one of the most violent men in MMA, it says a lot about you. And I feel like Ramon Dekkers had a similar mindset to Justin Gaethje. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.